Good morning, good morning, good morning. Looking at the overall economical calendar, today is June 30th. You guys know what that means. Today's Friday. That means same day expiration. So make sure you guys are extra cautious, especially since Monday is half a day. And then Tuesday, the market is actually closed. So volume may be a little bit lower today. So make sure you guys are very cautious and very picky in the plays that you trade today. So looking at the overall economical calendar, you guys can see that we have personal income, PCE, and core PCE, and that's pretty much it. So make sure you guys check this out. None of this should overall affect the market. Let's jump into the charts. I'm going to start off with NVIDIA. NVIDIA basically was trading at 439, went sideways over here. Whenever you guys see a stock push up and go sideways, that means it found a resistance, right? What stopped this stock from going higher? Is 439 over here. So make sure you guys watch out for that. It has basically dropped and found some type of support, right? Whenever stock is dropping, right, red candles, we see some sideways action. That means the stock is basically in decision mode between bulls and bears, right? What stopped the stock from going lower? This 397 level, right? So we need to watch 416 before we could start pushing up towards these 430 levels and to the downside. You want to watch 406, right? If you zoom in over here, 406 is acting as an intermediate support, 406, then we can start going to 400. And then from 400, we can start basically going down towards these 380 levels. Make sure you guys keep the video on the watch list. Make sure you guys set your alerts, especially if you're interested in the video. Next one we're going to talk about is Meta. Meta was on an uptrend. 290 is acting as a resistance. It is struggling to get any higher than that, right? Right. Not only that, we have the 1 year trade line over here, right? For those of you who are new, I go to my 1 year chart over here. Each candle over here is 1 day of information. And I normally just throw an orange line right at that 1 year EMA over here, right? This way I could see this 1 year line being represented on other charts. And that's basically to signify the last point of that 1 year trade line, right? So let's jump over towards the 180 day, right? Talking about Meta over here, a lot of these stocks have ran up and they're getting overbought, right? Let's go back to the 1 year so you guys can see what I'm talking about. A lot of these stocks are getting overbought, meaning the RSI is in the overbought position, meaning there's a possible downward trend, right? When the RSI was oversold, you guys can see we had that uptrend. So definitely want to pay attention to see what's overall going on over here. MACD has crossed down into a bearish position. This blue line is crossing the trigger line downward, meaning that that's a bearish position, meaning the stock is losing steam and may continue to the downside. Jumping over towards the 180-day trade line, 180-day chart, I'm sorry, 180-day chart. Each one of these candles means 4 hours. We want to see if Meta starts to hold above 284. Once we start to hold above 284, we can start possibly pushing up towards 290. And then to the downside, we want to see it hold below 281. And then we can start going down towards these 277 levels on Meta. Next one we're going to talk about is Tesla, right? Tesla has been giving some good action lately. It looks like Tesla wants to go back up towards these 297 levels. Make sure you guys keep an eye out for that, right? We basically traded at 297, came down, found support at 238, and it's been kind of upward trending ever since. It's having some trouble around this 262 level. So let's see if we break that today. 262 was a previous resistance level from the 28th all the way until now. So we want to break above that 262 level before we can start overall upward trending, right? So make sure you guys keep Tesla on the watch list. Once we start to break 262, we could basically start going up toward this high over here around 267. Comment below, what do you guys think? Do you guys think Tesla's going to break above that level? Now to the downside, we want to see if it breaks that 254. 254 is actually representing that 1 year. Remember, you got to update your 1 year pretty much like every day. 1 year is pretty solid right now. So 254 is the 1 year. Overall RSI is overbought on Tesla. Remember, Tesla was trading around like 154 back in March, right? Remember, this is the date. This is the time over here. So back in March, we were basically trading around that 154 level, and she's been basically uptrending, right? Look where the RSI was. RSI was oversold. So whenever you're looking for a long position, you always want to check out your RSI on that yearly chart, especially if you want to hold a stock for a long period of time. You check that yearly chart, RSI was oversold, and you can see that overall uptrend started to happen, right? That doesn't mean if a stock is oversold, that the stock has to go up. You have to wait for confirmation, and that's why it's always good to have a checklist, right? So RSI was oversold. We started to hold above the trend line. That gave us a bullish position, right? And now you can see that Tesla is basically getting overbought over here. MACD's crossing down, and she's struggling to hold these highs, right? So let's see what happened. Anything could happen, right? Tesla could get some good news and she could continue. But overall, she is deemed a little bit more on the heavy side right now, right? So on the downside, watch for the 254 break. 254 is going to be the break of the trade line. And we can start basically going down towards this support level over here. You can see the stock drop, bounce. Where did it bounce off of? That was 246 over here. 246 could possibly be the next resistance to the downside. But right now, she is still trying to hold above the 180-day trade line, which is this blue line, which is giving it some terms of bullishness right now. So let's see what happens. Definitely want to be cautious today with that 262 level, especially if we drop down towards the 20-day chart. Each candle on this chart is 1 hour. You guys can see that a little bit more clearly, that how we rejected this 262 level and we came down, right? So we need to wait for confirmation for us to hold above 262 before we can start basically going higher. So keep Tesla on the watch list. Last but not least, um, today we're going to check out SPY, right? Looking at SPY on the 20-day. SPY is actually uptrending, right? SPY is uptrending. SPY basically had a little pullback. Overall, it was trading at 443, went down towards 431. Basically, take a little breather, right? Stocks can't just continue to run higher. Sometimes they need to reset the RSI. Remember, it went from overbought to being oversold. When it was oversold, a lot of people look for long position, and now you can see the stock's overall uptrending, right? Not only that it's uptrending, it's holding above the trade line, which is giving a bullish sign. Until it gets below that trade line, it's now going to be considered bearish, right? So make sure you guys keep that in mind. Right now, even though the stock may have a pullback, it may drop, right? It doesn't have to continue to go up. It's going to come back, retest this line, right? And kind of bounce off of it or break it. If it breaks it, then it's bearish. If it holds above it, it's bullish, right? So keep an eye out on SPY. Let's jump over towards that 1 year. 1 year is very overbought, right? Just like I said, just because the stock is overbought doesn't mean it can't continue to uptrend. So make sure you guys keep an eye out for SPY, especially if we have any weird pullbacks. You guys know what's going on. You guys know that the stock is a little bit more on the overbought side. Just don't be shocked when it basically starts to pull back on you. So just updating some stuff over here. Look at this uptrend yesterday. This was going into yesterday. We basically had a sell-off. We started to form an upward wedge over here, basically making higher lows. And we basically squeezed out that wedge to the upside. Very beautiful play. Right? So that's pretty much going to be it. Definitely want to watch SPY for the break of 440. And then we can start basically going up towards these 441 levels, maybe 443. You guys think SPY is going to gap fill towards this 443? This does look like a giant gap fill back up towards this level. That's 443. Overall, we do have some snags, meaning we have some resistance levels over here at this 442. So that could act as a possible resistance level. Make sure you guys watch out for that, especially today's Friday. Volume may be a little bit lower today. Definitely want to be cautious with how SPY may be moving, especially since today is basically same day expiration day. And then we definitely have that almost like a 3-day weekend. Most people are probably not even going to trade on Monday. Make sure you guys are cautious with that. I'll see you guys in the next video. Hopefully you guys learned something. Leave a like and a comment. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.